Alright guys, welcome back, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how to use compare, and this video is probably going to be the shortest video in the history of the universe because this tool is really easy to use, it's really simple, and there isn't a whole lot to cover. All this is a way that you can compare two requests, and you can also compare two responses, whatever you want, two pieces of data. That's basically all it is. So let's say that you were on this page right here and you wanted to compare one request with another request, or maybe the responses, doesn't matter. So the demo that I'm using is SQLi_1.php, and it's just a demo where you search for a movie. So I'm going to hit like a Good Will Hunting, and I'm going to search for that. So okay, no movies found, that's cool. So that would be something like my baseline request, and then if I just search like tick, maybe like 2 equals 2, search, and okay, we got this goofy looking error. So now we can go back in Burp Suite, and in our history, make sure that, alright, so here are the two requests. Let me sort them by time like I usually do. Maybe a little bit easier to understand. Alright, so this was the first request that we made, and you can see in the response it says no movies were found. So I'm gonna select any two of these items and I'm just gonna right click them, and then I can say send to compare. Now it's gonna say, okay, do you want to compare the requests that you made, or do you want to compare the responses that came back from the server? And I'm just gonna say let's compare the responses. Now in compare, what you do is this top list and the bottom list, they have the same items in it. So this right here is our first request, and this would be the first request too. So don't select like the first one from each list or the second one from each list because they're the same. So select list item 1 and then list item 2 from 1 and 2, and I'm just going to say compare words. So if you guys ever use GitHub, then let me organize this. It's kind of the same that whenever you're comparing the differences between two commits. So basically this is one of them, either the first one or the second one. It looks like the second one where you have an error in our SQL syntax, and you can see a little color coding key. Anything that's pink is modified or changed. Anything that's yellow, for example this right here, this means that the left didn't have it but the right did. And of course, anytime you see anything blue, then it means that this section has it, but this doesn't. So, you know, pretty self-explanatory. One cool feature that I do like is on the bottom right, it says sync views. So you know how I can either scroll at the left to look for them and then scroll to the right. Usually you want to scroll at the same time. So if you hit sync views, then you can scroll on one, and now they're pretty much synced up and you can scroll simultaneously. So now we can see, okay, the difference between typing Good Will Hunting and typing tick 2 equals 2 is that we now have this error. Again, like I said, that's the compare for you. You can also compare bytes, remove them, whatever. It's all self-explanatory, simple tool, but pretty cool and useful in a lot of situations. So there you go.